How's it going, everybody? Just give me a moment. I'm just working on setting everything up really quick to make sure it's all coordinated and working correctly. All right, everybody. How you guys doing today? I recommend using our YouTube channel just so when you can comment right on there and I can see them pretty effectively and efficiently. Um, we'll give everybody a few minutes to kind of join in and get involved. And then from there, we'll start the overall AMA. All right, we'll we'll do like 2 more minutes, but in the meantime, let me get my camera on. All right, how's everybody doing today? Thanks for coming so far. We got 4 people in here. That's very nice. Um, I appreciate everybody that kind of comes on here, joins, and participates. You guys know that. I'm excited. Today, we're going to kind of go over the base outlines of where we're at in development, where we're going, how we're going to proceed with interacting with the test net. I'm excited that Google, they just approved our quota increase, which is nice. I've been waiting for that for like a week now. The first time is typically a little bit harder than the rest, so it's not going to be anything like harsh. It'll be good once that's ready to go. Additionally, I we'll go over what kind of needs to be done for us to fully launch, which is nice. We're actually really close. I'm really optimistic on that and excited just because the overall outline that we have now, we got everything set up. We have like our decks is up. We got updated documentation. Um, we're also working and waiting on getting a couple of other the apps set up, and then the web wallet. That'll be nice because then people can easily delegate. Um, then I'll give some updates on the Exo wallet, the mobile app, and as well as the Chrome extension, as we'll see heavy updates regarding that. Um, and then also kind of just go over the basic outline of everything we have going on. So, pretty much, I guess we can just kind of get started now. It's been 5 minutes, so yeah. um, the structure will just be uh, in the order that I had mentioned on Telegram, and then after every section, we'll do like questions, and then if you guys ask, you guys can put them on here, Twitter, or Telegram, or I said here like YouTube. So 1 second, let me pull up my Telegram. All right. So right now, where we are at is we're finishing up testnet to get it fully rolling and having people set up nodes. They'll be delegating to nodes, sending transactions, testing the functionalities of that out, as well as um, doing swapping on our decks, and then um, whatever other D apps we have, and then also trying out the wallets. That's going to be exciting because it's going to mimic a full environment in regards to how mainnet will function. And what this allows us to do is understand how it's fully working and also check for any vulnerabilities in regards to security, uptime, penetration testing, and APIs for like developers to build upon this. Sorry, it's allergy season, but so that's where we're at right now, and that I could say with actual pretty good faith, um, we can get that completed within the next week to 2 weeks through the full like testing, um, and then the uptime testing will take a little bit longer, but throughout the whole time, like, we'll be doing that, and it'll be full fledged once the Google gives us the quota increase because we can't really run in all of our D apps and do all these transactions if our quota isn't increased yet. Because the reason is this is like, so as we're sending all the data through the blockchain, it'll get for us right now. It gets cut off at 500 gigabytes. So upon that 500 gigabyte restriction, then that's why the chain's been going down. And once that's increased, we'll be good to go. And they should get back to me in 24 hours. So that's kind of where we're at, and the way we plan to do it is in phases. So we'll be doing like sending out tokens or test tokens to people, and then after the test tokens, we'll be moving over and then saying, "Hey, let's go swap." So then we'll go on the decks and swap on the decks. Then we'll have people send transactions to each other and try those out and see also because like what you guys will see is like it's really fast and it's also cheap, which is good because those prices on testnet also mimic the prices on mainnet. So as you guys can see that it'll kind of like show and prove like, hey, like this is a good chain, and that's also going to be good for developers as we're working to set up hackathons. We have bug bounties already set up, and then we'll also be working on building more integration partners for like bridging. We plan to set up our own bridge, but we will also have one that is a bridge partner. So, and the reason why is because a project focused strictly on bridges is always going to be a lot better than a project that has multiple, right? So that's just for security reasons and also for spreading awareness and building exposure because as we partner with other big projects, and they also kind of go market and promote us. Um, so that is a the basic overview of like where we're at and the plans for launch and the hackathon that we'll be conducting over the testnet and everything will also include getting users to begin building. So that's exciting because then now we'll be boosting our community's presence and also awareness to the use of these D apps. Another thing that we also plan to do is to do an incentivized testnet in a way where users participating will actually be able to earn free XO that will be airdropped on the Binance Smart Chain or the Ethereum blockchain. That's exciting because now look, you guys are working with us to make sure everything's functioning. Now we'll give you guys some tokens. So that's always cool and nice. Um, so is there any questions regarding that so far? Um, just so I can see where you guys are at and if you guys have any questions. If not, we can kind of move on to the next portion. I don't see any questions yet. So, all right, we'll move on to the next portion because I mean that's not really, I guess, question intensive. Um, so we have the D apps being built on our network so far is including a decentralized exchange, as well as um, the Chrome extension, the mobile wallet, Um, and then we have the like launch pad and the cross train or cross chain um, bridge the app, and then the web wallet, of course. So these are going to be just overall based applications that we'll utilize to test and kind of gain like feedback, whether it's positive or negative, in regards to chains functionality, uptime, like adoptability and usability, so that we know like, hey, like people are gonna like they're using this, but how can we improve it? So that'll help us gain or gauge like how we should move and maneuver that. Is there any questions regarding that? There's not much on that part. I'm just looking to see um, if there's any questions. Need some water. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but whenever like I'm coding, I really enjoy like shirts like this. I know it doesn't look super professional or anything, but it's loose, so like you can just kind of yeah. All right, we'll move into the next section now. Just because I didn't see any questions yet. Um, so plans for marketing after we're launched and blockchain's up. So we have several kind of YouTubers that go over blockchain projects. Um, and how they're um, involved in them and how they can also benefit people. So those YouTubers will be discussing us. I can't say any names yet, but those names will be released over time. We also have some people on like Twitter and social media channels that are joining our ambassador program, which is exciting just because that'll also help kind of build brand awareness for us. Additionally, we're creating a lot of partnerships in regards to communities and other projects so that we can um, leverage gaining their users and exposure, but also from working with them, build benefits to them from using our blockchain. I think that's important too because, uh, as you guys are seeing, I was actually discussing this earlier in a meeting, but being effective in the aspect of low gas fees, quick transaction times, and high transactions per second enables a whole new kind of spectrum and ability to adapt and integrate blockchain technology for Web3 into enterprises and um, other types of like businesses, and especially retail, of course. So in the retail side, that'll be useful because the average everyday person doesn't they don't pay a lot of money like for gas fees, transaction fees, like you do on Ethereum. So the average individual is going to say no if they have to pay 30 to 40, $50 or more for a transaction, right? Because like that's typically what they would pay per week for gas, like for the car. So um, as we're bringing this and scaling it in, it's going to actually hopefully see a increase in new users and adoption from non-crypto users, and that's also why we're building out our like, Chrome extension, our mobile wallet, and our ID apps is to pretty much give them a full kind of pipeline access into accessing our network. But not only that, being able to um, access crypto and Web3, and I think that's going to make it much easier for adoptability. And then also on the enterprise side, we make it easier and more affordable. Because if you can save enterprise costs, you can actually do a lot for the business, especially ones that may not be super cost effective or spend a lot on transactions. Um, so we'll be looking for partners in regards to that and scaling those kinds of functionalities out. Um, Besides that, I guess for like the marketing aspect, if you guys have any suggestions or input, the team's always here and open and ready to kind of accept that and look into it. That's one of our biggest things. A lot of the airdrops that we do, and like the incentivized test net will also help bring new users into the whole ecosystem in the group and community that we have. So that's exciting. Um, so yeah, I can't wait to meet like a bunch of new people. um, so is there any questions regarding that? And just so you guys also know, we'll have more updated and, like, I guess, defined outlines as we kind of, um, I guess, sort everything out. Because there's a lot of stuff that's, well, I guess the way I should say is, like, there's a lot of moving parts. So we have to kind of move them all like one at a time, with all the pieces, to make sure it all works out. Um, I don't see any questions for this yet. So um, the next thing is, um, yeah, so everybody's been pretty much waiting for one launch, and they ask that every day, and it's fine. Hey, give us participation. We love it. Um, so what I think is important in regards to that is that we have to focus on security, stability, and our long-term objectives here. Okay, so when we're doing these types of tests and having the community come in and help us, that's really good. Like right now, you guys can go on Telegram, go into the Give Me Tokens topic in our Telegram group, and get some tokens and just send them around. Like send them to friends. Like they're not worth anything. Um, so it'll help people. Oh gosh, the comments, but it'll help people kind of get involved and know that, hey, we have the ability to use this network, and people that actually know and use what people see, like there's low fees, it's fast, it's easy to integrate with developers. Um, so that'll help. So, and also, like later this week, we'll be doing like a lot more videos like this in regards to um, like helping set up nodes. We'll be doing like live video tutorials where you can ask the questions right here in the box, and that'll help you guys kind of understand like what's needed and how we can navigate that and make it easier for you guys. We're working to get the it's called a fire node set up, or fire engine node, whatever. But sorry, it's a fire node set up through Google Cloud Platform, which will enable us to easily set up nodes, which is really good because now it helps expand our ability to be adopted. But not only that, it helps to let non-technical users join the chain and interact with that. So that's going to be really neat and interesting, because a lot of people, when you say like, "Hey, you want to set up a node?" They're like, "What?" Like they're like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that." But if you make it easy, now that brings more decentralization to the network and helps people like, understand and use it, and makes it more secure, and that's important. um, so besides that, yeah, you guys are so funny in the comments. So besides that, once, like, I guess the way I could say it is once we have the web wallet up and people can delegate to nodes, and once we have people setting up nodes, we'll judge how many node validators we have, and based off of those numbers, we'll be able to then like launch if we have enough node validators. And the reason why that's important is because we don't want like 5 people doing it. We need like at least like 20, 25. Initially, like we can like we'll run some ourselves to make sure everything's secure and running, but um, that's kind of like our goal, is to have 25 to 100 node validators just for launch. Um, what else? Besides that, the Exo wallet, I'll discuss that a little bit. Um, so right now, that's actually getting fully updated. I already discussed that with you guys in regards to the Chrome extension. So, and also the mobile wallet for iOS and Android devices. That's being set up, and it's getting a full UI update regarding it, and it's going to be much easier to use, and also much faster, which I know a lot of people complained about. So, um, yeah, be excited for that, as there is massive improvements coming for that, and I don't even think it's bad now. And so, Dustin, I see your question. At market cap, I don't know. And it's not like like a big thing. We won't know, because like prices change and all that stuff. Like prices, I don't care about the price of the token. Like that's for supply and demand. Um, but what I do care about is network security, feasibility, and also adoptability and like ease of use for users. Um, but the token quantity, yes, it'll be 135 million max total supply of EXO, and then it'll be uh, between 80 and 100 million initial circulating. That could be decreased though. So we'll see. It won't go up, but it can only go down. Like before we launch. So we as we kind of sort everything out, the numbers for it. So that's good. I hope that's good news for you guys. So at least now you guys know that exactly. Um, so yeah, I guess that's kind of those questions. And for mainnet launch, if everything goes perfect, all right, and take it like this, if there's no issues and there's nothing outside of our control that we we can't like launch from, like for instance, like the Google quota thing, we can't control that. All we can control is, hey, we can request it, the increase, but now we have to wait on their teams to go through the processes and all those kinds of things or all those steps so that it gets done. So like, as long as everything else is running smoothly, which it looks like it is, from my side of things, then I could say about 2 3 weeks for launch if everything goes perfect and if there's no issues with testing, of course. Um, if not, I would say 4 weeks, just because then that gives us some time to be able to fix any issues depending on how critical they are, if there are any. So we'll see. But um, I don't see it going longer than 4 weeks, honestly, max. Like with fixing everything and getting everything up, because like on our end, um, we got everything pretty much ready. And then if you actually look at like if the website's not updated with the current links yet, but um, it within like maybe like an hour or two, I'll have that online. But like it'll be easy to see like the new documentation, the decks that we have set up, and then links to our Chrome extension and wallet for Android and iOS that you guys can download. And yeah, is it Teresa? And yeah, so yeah, you can ask any questions right now. Open questions, and I'll do my best to answer. I use my crystal ball, but yeah, guys, ask me some questions. Whatever you guys want to know. Here's your time. You know, if you want to say one launch, you say it. I'll repeat the same thing again. Go ahead. Like, but yeah, no, it's working out well. And I'm excited. I can't wait to kind of just see it all together working. Like it's been a long road, guys. I'll be excited to be able to go back to the gym. You know, that'd be nice once we're launched. Do that. got a little chin right here. Yeah. Now I gotta stay in shape. Well, or get back into it at this point, I guess. Um, but yeah, besides that, um, is there any questions? If not, I don't really have much more for you guys. Can we get Microsoft? Um, yeah, you can go get Microsoft for yourself. So Dustin Stanley. So the exact utilities of um, the XO token or coin, um, or XEO, yeah, is so all transactions on the Exo network uh, will be all the fees will be paid using XEO. It's also going to play a role in governance, and then play a role throughout our D apps on the network. So this will enable developers to launch smart contracts, interactive protocols. It'll also be utilized um, for like earning rewards from like have just holding them from like the fees generated on certain DApps. Sorry, I was trying to like figure out how to word that correctly. Um, but yeah, like so like for like the DEX for the Chrome extension, um, things like that. It'll sorry, it'll all be kind of tied in, um, like together, to kind of just. pushback. Um, just, I guess, bring in new people to keep it decentralized. Sorry, I got like a brain twister there. I was like trying to figure out how to say everything. Um, so yeah, so pretty much gas governance, um, node validating 10,000 Exo, then validate, become a node validator, um, which is honestly a good deal right now, compared to like Ethereum and all those other networks. Then, um, what's it called? Uh, oh, delegating to nodes. Sorry, yeah, I forgot that. So delegating to nodes, so you can, all you need is one XO, um, one XO to delegate to nodes, and that makes it easy because that is like a whole just like a web interface, like a website, right? Like so, like you'll just click a couple buttons. There you go, delegating, and like, that's important because what it does is so instead of everybody have to being like a node validator specifically, like Teresa just said, like, what assistance and resources are provided to node or help validators overcome technical challenges. Um, the great thing is that you don't have to even be technically inclined to delegate. Like you can know nothing about crypto or technology, and delegate to node validators. Now it's more effective if you do know because now it's helping protect the network, um, or it's helping to protect the network and also enable that it's more democratized and decentralized. Like we are going to be fully decentralized, um, as much as we can at launch and always after that, unless something crazy happens and we have to kind of help make it like secure. Were there so some of the apps currently being developed on Exo? I'm gonna go through all these questions. So some of the apps are decentralized exchange, um, Chrome extension, mobile wallet. Um, we have some other people who are actually looking into and doing like checks to make sure like they're legitimate, but they wanted to build like NFT marketplaces, and things of that sort. And Teresa, so the the problems that the apps solve aren't really necessarily problems that they're solving. It's more so providing utilities, on-chain utilities, because like if you just have a blockchain with no applications on it right away, right? And there's no point to use it. What do you do? Just hold tokens? No, that's no. Um, so it's giving use cases to it, and then as we give that kind of base, it gives developers the basis to improve all of them. Like we want people to come in and improve everything, and I think that's important just because um, the technology is always in getting better, and to make it even more, or I guess to improve it more, we we can give developers a base, and then from that base they can add what they think is important, that people can use and like, or build new and innovative things. But it saves a lot of initial startup costs for them, the new projects and developers, if they have like base templates and stuff. So that's why we're kind of providing that as everything's open source. uh, the the challenges we're facing during the testnet phase, um, pretty much our biggest challenge was just the chain going down due to the quotas, um, and that's like that's the only reason why it went down. To explain how Exo is so different slash better from other blockchains now in the market. So the typical blockchains uh, are either EVM based or not. So you have Ethereum and Solana. So Solana is Rust based. Ethereum is um, Solidity based for the smart contracting. Exo Network can actually use both, so that's one advantage. So now developers can develop more freely, and also how they want and use the tools they want. And it also lowers the threshold of entry or the barriers to entry because they don't have to learn a whole new programming language if they don't know one or the other, right? This also opens up a lot of opportunities for enterprises. It makes it easier for developers. Now it's easier to integrate, easier to be adopted. Additionally, those are two layer one. So Solana and Ethereum are two layer one blockchains. Polygon, Optimism, Avalanche, um, I think ZK Sync, and several others. Those are all layer twos. Um, ZK Sync provides zero knowledge proofs. We have that integrated already as well. But what it does is that these layer ones, besides Solana is just Rust based, but Ethereum, they have high fees. So Solana has high fees, high transactions per second, um, but they're not EVM compatible. Exo Network is EVM compatible, has high transactions per second, low gas fees. It's a layer one, not layer two solutions. And it's also readily scalable for adoption. So, I guess to answer your main question, what's different is that we're very versatile in the way developers can develop on our network, as well as being low cost and affordable for the everyday users, while also being EVM compatible. Um, Ethereum relies on layer two solutions, so does Binance Smart Chain to scale. As you can see, Binance is now launching a layer two or whatever, and they need those to scale to hit scalability, the scalability levels that we can reach. So, that being stated, it enables us to have that competitive advantage because if you have the more layers you add to a chain, the more complex it gets. So because it's like, okay, you're on Ethereum, oh, I don't want to pay high gas fees, I need to scale it. Okay, now we have to go to a layer two, even though it's still running off the base Ethereum network. It's, the blocks. It's it's adding just complexity to users and to explain to new people using like Web3 and blockchain, or like layer one, layer two, it gets very overwhelming. And the technology is still in its infancy. So that's one thing we're kind of focused on, is making it easy to understand, easy to use, while also being scalable. So that's a way that we're really different, and it may not seem like a lot. It's like speaking about it, but if you actually broke it down to the core, those are some of the biggest challenges in the blockchain space at this time: is adoptability, high gas fees, not enough transactions per second to scale, and security. Also, decentralization. So a lot of networks, they raise VC, whatever, for tokens. Not a good idea. And then those VCs take profits and dump. Hurts the whole economy, but it also makes it more centralized. Pulse Chain is not a competitor to us. They're not really innovative in that aspect of where we're focused. We're focused on building developers and ecosystems. I'm not sure exactly everything they're focused on, but I looked at the chain, um, and it doesn't seem to, how do I say it? It doesn't seem to be like very versatile for developers to develop in regards to scalability wise. So yeah, that I don't see that as a competitor. More so, it would be a collaborator, like somebody we can work with. Um, so, what is our approach to managing protocol upgrades? It's a good question. So, our approach is that we'll be continuously upgrading the code on GitHub. It's open source, so anybody can conduct pull requests, and if they're approved, then and they pass all of our checks for security, then they can be pushed. Um, and through that, what we're able to do is um, once, so as the node validators node validators are validating, they can choose to um, accept a fork or not. So, like I said, back to the decentralization, it's not on us. We're not upgrading anything. Like we can push the code for it. Yeah, we could do whatever to the code, but can we push the upgrades ourselves? No, it has to be approved by 51% of the node validators. Um, and who picks the node validators? The community, the people with the one exos. So that's what's great. So like yeah, like everybody can be a node validator, but you also need the community to back you, and they'll do that by doing good things, not anything malicious. Because if not, they won't vote for you, right? So, but that also correlates to your question, Teresa, in regards to um, managing the protocol upgrades. It's up to the community um, and node validators, and like I'll be a node validator too. So like, if I like something, I'll agree to it. If not, I won't. Um, It's just it has nothing to do with like our efforts or anything like that. It's just what people think's good for the chain and what can improve it over time. Um, what one good thing about the chain is that as technology is improving, the chain itself will get improve and become more scalable as as like graphics cards and like virtual environments are getting better. The chain will already be getting more scalable. What problem slash errors have you encountered when developing this Exo network, and how do I deal with it? And in the future, we will avoid any issues. So mainly the problems were the first one was with the EVM side of the bridge, which we fixed. There was just some APIs not being configured correctly. Um, then the next one was just the quota increase we needed from Google. Other than that, it's actually been fine on our end. Um, so yeah, it's been running pretty smoothly. And then Teresa's question: will there be trading test pairs during testnet phase, or just swapping between users slash blockchain? Yeah, no, they'll be testing on the DEX, and there'll be all those kinds of like tests. We'll have like other tokens. One second. So like we'll have like a fake USDT, a fake I don't know, like Pepe or something. We'll let you guys swap on there. So the node validators rewards are between 9 to 15 or 8 to 15%. If you're a node validator yourself, you get those rewards, but you also get rewards from um, the people that delegate to you. You can choose what fee you take from them. Um, so like to be competitive, I'm not even sure what people will choose right away, but you'll take like a fee from the people delegating to use rewards, like say like 1% of their rewards, and then that'll be added to yours. So if they like delegate like a million XO to you, and you take 1%, now you're getting 10,000 XO plus um, your base rewards. So if that, I hope that answers your question. And that was towards back IT. And yeah, let me know if that answers your question back IT, or if you wanted something else. um, Let me see. Just going through all the questions. So the standard transaction costs, it's zero. Well, it's like like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny. Not even 1 penny, and that should stay pretty cheap. It won't shouldn't go up much higher. No. Like even if it did, the transaction fees wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't be that high. And they can always be adjusted later from the node validators. They can choose to lower them, raise them. We won't be providing staking. No, not the only thing that would be close to that is just delegating, or like to nodes or running nodes. Um, we've kind of got a clear guidance on that aspect of for regulatory, and we're trying to be fully as compliant as possible with all of the regulatory bodies. Um, But yeah, like we saw that they don't like staking like that, so we're not trying to. Uh, we can't just go off for that, you know. Um, but like people will be able to provide like liquidity, which is something similar, but it's like for decentralized exchanges, and then they earn swapping fees for that. That's up to them, um, and then um, that'll also bring in extra rewards regarding the ability to earn some of the fees generated from like the wallets. To become a node validator, it's only 10,000 XO. Well, 10,001 XO because of the gas fee. So if you put 10,000 XO in there, you're going to need some gas to pull them out. Um, But overall, yeah, it's just 10,000 X, so it's not even like that much. It's the perfect amount to make it so that anybody can do it pretty much, and it's not like just like rich people or something. Yeah, so back at IT, um, my plans are after like the blockchain's fully running and like decentralized and ran by the community, is to go into the healthcare medical side of things and build out a um, data privacy platform for that. I don't want to go too in depth with it because time restraints, but yeah, there's a lot to that, and they'll all be using Exo Network, by the way. Is there any other questions? Well, if not, then we'll call it a day. I'm tired of. I was up late last night trying to code some stuff with the decks and the just get the blockchain ready. What do I see the Exo Network in 2 to 3 years? I don't know. Um, um, I don't know where I see the Exo Network. It's I see it. I see it being a utilized blockchain. I could see people using it, adopting it. Um, and we're not like I can't really say like, oh, we're gonna be here, but I can say like, hey, like I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Um, so I already explained the main goal of developing Exo Network and how it can help the world. So I'll let you like kind of like go through the video and find it. It's about 5-10 minutes ago. For that question, and then um, Metopian, I believe is how you pronounce it. So that can be found on our documentation. So docs.exzo.network. Um, I do believe the banking system could be involved as they're looking to adopt and utilize blockchain in commodities and digital assets. I think it can really help in regards to how we're actually able to conduct low cost transactions and scale to higher volumes. um, and then what was the other one? Major trends for developments. I see a lot probably going into um, financial systems. I think that blockchain will be utilized a lot for that. Um, and more so enterprises in regards to how normal enterprises in the industries are integrating the automation from it. And it can really streamline workflows, especially in larger like companies. If you're able to make something autonomous and not have to um, always have like check on it and like look over it, it makes the flow of a business structure much easier and more efficient. Um, should I go out more and go to Web3 meetings? Yeah, yeah, I will. Just right now, there's just like I've went to several already. I was at the last Bitcoin conference in Tampa, Florida. That was cool. Um, but right now, we got to get this stuff all set up, so it takes a lot of time. Um, what are the other questions? Current challenges. I already explained that. Um, Advertising, we can't really advertise anything right now. Uh, for our Chrome extension and our wallet, mobile wallet, we'll be advertising those, marketing them. We want to gain a lot of users on that, and we'll be targeting non like existing crypto users, also existing ones, but the new people because it's much easier to get someone who's new into it than convert somebody that's already used to something else. I'm a goofball, guys. I hope you guys know that. Um, is there any other questions? If not, we can uh, get this show on the road. Actually, I have a meeting in a little bit too. It's always in meetings. All right, guys. Um, so yeah, I appreciate you guys for joining. Um, what I'm gonna do is if you attended this event, like the CMA, message our Twitter, your wallet address, and we'll pick 3 lucky winners to receive some free EXO. So let us know about that, and we'll send it over. And I'll answer this question too. Uh, oh, that's a long question, dude. Um, so yeah, so in regards, so wait, let me read it. So how did you? So the question is, how did you come up with the idea of making Solana framework EVM compatible, and how you did it? So, um, so the way I thought about it was is that it has a great framework. It's already fast, and versatile. It was just the issue for some of the adoption aspects of it was that wasn't EVM compatible, and a lot of all the major um, like blockchains right now, like Ethereum and stuff, are EVM compatible. So those dApps weren't like functioning with the Solana. So if you take the speed and flexibility of that and then integrate the Ethereum virtual machine, which is the, I guess, like core programming library and overall like the virtual machine for the network, um, then you can implement the functionality of Solidity programming. So that's kind of how we did it. Um, and then you just set up APIs and frameworks that allow you to connect them and then read the block data from the Solana core Rust based side to the EVM based side, and that enables it to be fully compatible. If that, I hope that explains your question. There's also a lot more information in the documentation um, uh, for the our developer documentation. Yes, sir. And yeah. They're Solana. They're making things that are EVM compatible, but it's not the same because it's not like they may be able to tie in more EVM like things like apps, but they won't be able to like be exactly how we are in regards to developing on the EVM and integration wise. Um, the Exo Nazi, yeah. What's up, Rex? How you doing today, sir? But all right, guys. So yeah, if you want to win some free EXO, we'll pick 3 winners, or 4. We'll do 4 winners. Um, just DM our Twitter at exzo_network. Send us your wallet address. Say the keyword. Just say EXO, EXZO, um, and then put a space under it. Put your wallet address for like Ethereum wallet, and then um, from there we'll pick our winners. And then, and yes, that's right. So there will be a desktop app. It will be the desktop version of the wallet. I have not spoken with any of the Solana founders. They, I guess, are busy. I don't know. Typically, they're like, it's hard to get a hold of a lot of founders in that regards. They're usually busy, kind of like how I am. Yeah. But all right, guys. Like I said, send the keyword EXZO, um, and then also your Ethereum wallet address to the Exo Network on Twitter, and then we'll pick our winners and we'll send out some free EXO. And then from there, we'll be moving on. And then also, guys, be prepared. Later this week, we'll be doing more tutorials. Also in regards to setting up and swapping on like the testnet decks, and then running nodes, and then on the PC again, I'll do another one of those, but also on the cloud. Um, and then we'll be doing more tutorials as well, like how to launch like NFTs and stuff like fully through. Gonna make a bunch of little developers here. But all right, guys, I appreciate you guys all for joining. Again, I really do. It means a lot. I'm happy to see you guys all here, and I can't wait to see you guys again. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please reach out on Telegram and the support chat or topic or main chat to say what's up. We're there to help, there to talk. If you even just come have fun. As this Exo family, we're a community of like-minded people all just working together. All right, guys. Till next time.